Hey everybody, I just got done watching David Cronenberg's remake of The Fly from 1986. How in the world did I go almost 40 years without seeing this? I don't know. I have no idea. I heard only good things about this going into it. In 1989, I did see the sequel. I went to the theater to see The Fly 2, having never seen the first one, which is, of course, a remake of the 1958 Vincent Price classic. And I don't know, I don't know why I didn't see it. I'm not wild about remakes. Sometimes I've seen remakes that are just as good, if not better in some cases. But I don't know. I just never got around to seeing this one. And I had a pile of stuff that I got recently, never seen before. Got used discs. This was one of them, and this is the one I went with. Let me tell you something. I really like this movie. It deserves all the accolades and praise that it has gotten over the decades. Um, Jeff Goldblum plays the scientist who has a transportation device, or two of them, where he's trying to get like physical, inanimate objects transferred from one to the other, and to see if he can do this transference thing. And eventually he works on baboons, and then he eventually wants to put himself through the teleporter. But unbeknownst to him, just as the old tale goes with the original 50s film, unbeknownst to him, there's a little fly that somehow goes in with him into the device, and he becomes slowly melding in with the fly. I'd heard for years, decades, that this was a really gory movie. I've seen my share of gory movies. As I was watching the movie at first, I didn't really see a lot of that on display, but boy, by the time we get to the good parts at the end and stuff, yeah, it's pretty intense. I am very much pleased with the effects of this. Great, great practical effects before they started CGI nonsense. Good models, good creatures, really impressive, and I really think that the story in here, which you have Jeff Goldblum, who at first to me always seemed wrong for this kind of a role. Maybe that's why I never sought this out. I thought he didn't really seem right for the role. And he was really good in this. He was very excited and eager experimenter, and he winds up meeting and having a relationship with Geena Davis as a journalist. She's very good in this movie too, and eventually they become partners, kind of working together in this thing for her to document the progress of his experiments. And of course, we know things go horribly wrong, but what I didn't really count on here in a positive way was that there was going to be a lot of emotion. It's very emotional, very heart-tugging. You actually feel sympathy for the character who's slowly turning into a giant-sized fly. Okay, I gotta say, it's very, very heart-tugging, and it's always good when you can feel something for the characters, and in particular, when you could feel something for the monster. And David Cronenberg really delivers and does a great directorial job here. Um, they have all the old classic, details, like the monster carrying the girl off in one scene, and yeah, it's good to have a heart, a heart with the creature. I was really surprised by it. At first, going into it, I was watching the first, I don't know, half hour or so, and I thought, yeah, this is kind of like ordinary. I expected that nothing was really going to happen to really knock me for a loop, but it just got better and better, and more emotional and deep, and characterized with characterizations of the two, and I really started really loving it more and more. So I really highly recommend the classic The Fly remake. This is one of the times where they got a remake right. Is this better than the original 1958? It's at least as good as the original, and in some ways superior. But it depends what you grew up in, what era you grew up in, and stuff. Now, there are things to enjoy about the Vincent Price classic, the things to enjoy about this. What I like is both of them are good, but they're both very different from each other. Okay, so yeah, pleasant surprise today with The Fly. See you next time.